Hello, everybody. Welcome to MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. I'm Jim Powers. Glad to have you with us as we start to catch up with our winter season coaches. And joining us is head women's basketball coach Chris Ellis. And, Coach, great start to the early season. Good performance up in the exhibition game against Illinois State, and then a great way to open the season this past Sunday.
Well, we got a lot of good things done Sunday. I was pleased with the offensive effort. Defensively, we got a little ways to go.
Talk a little bit about some of the returners. Obviously, Shelby starts off the season playing well, Rita, and that core nucleus of veteran players, but a lot of great performances by the freshmen this past Sunday.
Well, we're excited about our freshman class. We feel like it's probably the best we've ever had, and our guards especially had a really good game. Allie and Danny Schaefer had a very good game, so we're excited about them. We're hopeful that our veterans will continue what they've done. And we've got a lot of tough games coming up. So
yeah, talk about some of those games coming up. Obviously, up at UMSL this weekend, Minnesota State, Mankato, and Lincoln. Lincoln beat Truman last night. So, this is going to be a good test on Friday and Saturday up at UMSL.
Well, I think Lincoln beat McKendree.
Or McKendree, I'm sorry.
But it will be a big test. Mankato is typically an NCAA tournament team, very well coached. They run a lot of sets. They're very good in transition. Their guard play is excellent. Their posts really hustle. They do a great job on defense. It's going to be a tough game. And
then obviously Lincoln, they're going to be very athletic. We saw them the last couple years, and they're athletic and can do some good things, defensively.
Well, I think Lincoln is another team that's a very dangerous team, well-coached team, and they will be athletic. They'll be fast, and if the shots aren't falling, it can be a long night.
Talk a little bit about getting the freshmen, because we do have a great group of freshmen that are going to see some playing time, getting them acclimated to the practices and to, playing longer stretches in games that they normally are used to being able to play in.
Well, obviously they all love the head coach. So that's the most important that's the most important thing. But the biggest thing, I think, the hardest thing about being a freshman in a new program is just that everybody's really good. Yeah. And although all our freshmen came from programs where they were the best player in their program or maybe the best player in a really good program, it's still different than having to go against kids who are as good as you every single day. But regardless, we're going to need them to step up and play, and I think they've responded pretty well.
One thing, and a big look at the non-conference schedule, at least the early season schedule, is the typical UMSL game when we would play them in a conference game, finals week. We're not doing that this year. How good is that to not have to worry about playing a conference game until after the first of the year?
Well, there's pros and cons. The pros are obviously we played them last year in that game, and I think we made 2 baskets in the second half, so we won't talk about that. The con is that you have to play 3 games in 1 week when you get back. So, if you don't do it on the front end, you get it on the back end. But regardless, it's a tough game. When you play it, it's, up for discussion. I'm sure it will be again. And, we just got to look forward to the next opponent, and that's Mankato.
Absolutely, Chris. Thanks so much. Good luck this week.
Thank you, Jim.
Chris Ellis joins us as always. We'll have both games from UMSL this coming weekend on Saints Vision. Friday night's game tips off at 5 against Mankato. We'll go on the air at 4:45. And then Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock game against Lincoln. We'll go on the air, at 12:45. For Coach Ellis, I'm Jim Powers. Glad to have you with us here on MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week. And as always, go Saints.